And hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Code X podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, and joining me today is my co host, Tim Morse.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another glorious episode of the Codex Podcast. It is tomorrow's yesterday, and we have got some amazing stuff for you tonight.
That is right. Today we will be reviewing Kingdom Come, and
Yeah.
we will be having a certain person join the F list, and his name is Snowflame. But we'll be giving everybody a little bit of the details on how to enter the contest
Mhm.
Since the Codex Station hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we got a bit of comic book news. But
Mhm.
before all that, we had a great show last week, and it was me, Tim, and Jamie. Now you may be wondering, where did Jamie go? But now with everything going on with work, things like that, it's kind of hard with everyone's schedule. So eventually Jamie did say, "Hey guys, maybe it's better if we all just keep it on the Wednesdays so that we can keep on
Yep.
giving this show as opposed to sometimes Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays. We want to keep it on Wednesdays, and Jamie will still be back. So just sometimes he has to work as we all have to have those regular people jobs. So
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. The Codex Podcast will be on as scheduled Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jamie will be on every other week. The weeks that he's not here, it'll be Sunny and I. Kristen may pop in from time to time too. You never know.
yeah. And who's that we got in the comments? It's Sal. Hey
Let's
Sal.
see here.
We were
Oh,
not Sal, we were not talking about you having thousands of Venom comic books on the pre-show today.
in the 4 boxes that he got in the mail call.
We were talking about that. Oh, the
No,
Venom
not at
comic.
all.
Yeah, we had a good pre-show today. Me and Tim were chatting. We were talking even a bit about uh, if Batman 2 is possibly going to be filming
Mhm.
in Chicago. And I said, I got to get on. I got to learn more about that, and I will update everybody on the Codex podcast sometime soon.
If you don't know,
Change the
ladies and
backgrounds.
gentlemen, Sonny is a background actor. That is his job, and you can find him in Fargo.
He's even get shot in Fargo. Yeah.
But your character lived. Batwoman, you're in an episode of Batwoman, right?
Yeah, you know what? That one, maybe you see like the top of my head amongst like 1,000 other heads.
It doesn't matter. You're there, and you react to imaginary bats.
Oh, I did,
And
yes.
and some other stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let Sonny downplay this. He's an amazing background actor.
Thank you. And next, I walked right past the main actor. We walked right past each other.
Done. There you go.
Yeah, so I make money. Yeah, I make money when I'm literally in the background, not saying anything. And then with the
Yeah.
series about a series, I do all the talking, the acting, the directing, and then
There
that
you
I don't make money from.
go. Right. It's
So,
hearts and minds, Sonny. Hearts and minds.
so there you go. The way life works, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. But like I said, it was a good pre-show, and now we're ready for the actual show. And now I will get us started with the comic news slash the rundown. All right, we got three pieces of news today, so I'll quickly go over them, and then me and Tim will discuss them, unless he really doesn't want to talk about one because he hates the subject. But
We'll see what it is.
But yeah, first news is that Marvel Studios is set to meet writers to talk about writing the new X-Men movies. Set to talk about it this fall, so we'll see how that goes. In other news, there's a lot of big comic book sales at Amazon coming up next week, so I'll give you more details on that in a little bit. We all have most of us here like to buy comic books, so thought I'd give you some updates on some comic books on sale. And finally, there was an AI Batman that came out, and well, leave it to the good old internet to trash that piece of trash. So,
Exactly.
but yeah, so there's the comic news, the quick rundown of it. So, Tim, shall we start off with that X-Men news?
Yes. So I am incredibly excited about that. We got a snapshot of it from Deadline where it was reported. The fact that they are finally moving forward. I know Deadpool 3 is in the process of being done once the actor strike is over. They will all get back to work, but the writer strike is done now. So that means Ryan Reynolds can improvise and adjustments to scripts, either finished or nearly finished, can be adjusted. And now they can fast track getting to work on the much anticipated, much loved, cannot wait X-Men to come into the MCU. I am incredibly excited about that. I hope they use Hugh Jackman. If they don't, I mean, the man's portrayal of Wolverine is legacy at this point. So if they want to move on from that, I'm okay with that. I'm very excited to just see who they choose for the first team.
Yeah, I am wondering. Yeah, are they going to go with more like the '90s style, or are they going
Yeah.
to go with the original team?
Exactly,
So
right?
yeah.
Are they gonna mix it up? Like, are they gonna do the classic Claremont? They gonna do Storm, Banshee, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Wolverine, Cyclops? I mean, that is the most eclectic version of the team, I think, at that point. But, whatever they do, I mean, it's gonna be exciting.
Oh yeah, yes it is. And we'll keep everybody updated on that. And yeah, we're excited. Most of us here at the Codex Station are huge X-Men fans. So
Yeah, especially that guy right
yeah,
there.
so I will be on that like a hawk. So
Like a
yeah,
Wolverine.
there you go. Even better way to put it.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Hawks and Hawkmen
Yeah.
later. We got the story in our review. Well,
But
Hawkman's in there a little bit, but
you wanna dive into that AI art? Because that is rather interesting. I know you have some information about that.
all right. Yeah, yeah, we can jump onto that before we get onto the sales.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you'd like to show the picture of the
Yes.
AI, so yeah, so AI, somebody put on Twitter/X, like, look at what this new AI technology can do, and there it is. When you look at, there's four panels. You look at the top, it's like the old school Batman.
Mhm.
But if you notice, look at the car, look at the Batmobile in the background, and then the next panel changes. It looks like it's from the 1960s, and the next one looks more like the
The
late 80s.
89, yeah.
Yeah. So although the artwork is nice looking, it is clearly plagiarism when you look at some of the artwork. Some people even did comment like, "Hey, this is so and so's artwork." But
Yeah.
yeah, I actually have some. There were some people who did not. Like I said, the internet pretty much trashed it. They were not happy, and I have some screenshots of what some people said. From this is from comic book writers and artists.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I
Javier,
can imagine that they had a lot to say about it.
oh yeah, so Javier Rodriguez said, "You could do the same thing a while ago with a photocopier and some scissors. Stealing other people's art seems easier now and lucrative for those behind generative models." And then we had comic book writer Daniel Kibblesmith said, "Damn, it looks exactly like a computer churning out dog." He said, "Word impression of a Batman comic. You guys did it." And then we had another comic book writer, Sarah Horrocks, who said, "That's literally just Brian Boland's Joker. The shamelessness of this technology is appalling. I guess it's okay to steal. Just call it AI." And another comic book artist, Roman Villalobos, said, "This is a mess." Batmobile, and then he called it out. He said the Batmobile switches designs from panels 1 and 2, and
Mhm.
the Joker is clearly swiped. The style is inconsistent throughout. Not surprising AI art. Not surprising AI art enthusiasts think it's a huge achievement, though, because they are complete dummies. Justine Bateman, who's a former actor and who's somebody who's very against AI,
Mhm.
said that at Warner Brothers and at DC official, the longer you wait to send legal teams to OpenAI, etc., to demand that generative AI training sets containing your copyrighted work be deleted, the more you make your entire library fair use. Few will buy a studio without defensible copyrighted libraries.
Yeah, because all of this look again, ladies and gentlemen, all of this is copyrighted material. I mean, it is very evident exactly what it is. It is very evident who the 3 characters in here are.
Oh yeah,
It is very evident of the Batmobile in both panels. This is theft. That's exactly what it is. And AI artwork on top of that has a very flat feel. It doesn't feel fleshed out at all. It looks very bland to me, and I'm not saying that to be nitpicky, but I mean it's true. It just does not look right. And like with a lot of the other AI generated images, AI has a real hard problem with hands and feet.
yes,
So you
yeah.
can
Eight
It's a
fingers. Yeah.
it's a dead giveaway, when you look if the hands and feet are not normal. A computer can't do that properly. A person can,
Okay.
right? And what that's doing is that's taking away from the artistic integrity, the artistic talent of numerous people from the beginning stages all the way to the major professional level. It is horrendous that companies, that studios would want to utilize AI. And Sonny, we've talked about this before, and that's half of the reason why the actors are striking is
Yeah, the
because of
actors, the voice, all that. Yeah.
AI. Exactly. It is horrendous to want to do something like that and to say that it is any sort of achievement. I mean, artificial intelligence in the art field can be used in a positive way, right?
Yeah.
But what it's doing right now is exactly that. It's stealing and it's taking from other pieces of work. That doesn't make it influential. That doesn't mean
No.
that this was created as an influence of all these other things. It's taking all these already completed masterpieces and morphing it into that, and that's horrible. I cannot support AI as a reader and a lover of comic books. I just can't do something like that. That no.
No. And because too, also it takes away the heart and soul that goes into storytelling.
110%, yeah.
Obviously, as a storyteller, I like to at least my stories sound like I put my heart and my soul into it. And
Mhm.
we review stories all the time. We can tell, like, man, this is these are these writers, these artists, they put the inkers, everybody, put their hearts and souls into these stories.
Well, it's like what we do. I mean, with the Codex Station, you can go on YouTube and find a million channels that are all done through artificial intelligence, AI generated voices, AI
Yeah.
generated images in the background, and all of that stuff. There is little effort put into all that. What we do takes time. It's countless hours in front of the camera and behind the camera to bring
Yeah.
great content to you, and we all here put our heart and soul into that. And the last thing we want is our work stolen or taken. Imagine how an artist or a writer or a musician, a painter, anybody
Yeah.
like that would feel, Yeah.
Yeah. Even I saw something about Robin Williams, his daughter,
His
speaking
daughter,
out
yeah.
that she was very mad that they used, her father and saying, "Hey, that's my dad's voice. It's him."
Yeah,
You
she
know?
said it was disgusting. And it
Yeah.
absolutely is because it's
Yeah.
fake. It's bullshit. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And one other person, Pia Gira, said, "Yes, the comic is garbage and made from stolen art, and he'll never be able to make any money creating a wildly inconsistent comic this way. But my, is he trying to make money from his blue check engagement here? Screenshot and eviscerate. Don't engage with grifters."
Nope.
So that is one case, yeah, that I'm sure they try to do that too. Like you said, they know that they're not making money, but they say people are paying attention to us. I think,
I mean, clout will only get you so far.
yeah, like I said, obviously too. Let's say those YouTube videos when they put the fake phony image and then it's to
Mhm.
trick you for something. Like, yeah, you're getting some views, but you're just getting a bunch of people angry. No one's
Yeah.
really enjoying your stuff.
Well, I mean, let's take it a step further, right? You have those reaction channels that do things
Oh,
to make people angry and they stick their phones in your face and stuff like that. Somebody got shot over that, got shot in the
dang!
stomach, and he almost died because he
Whoa!
wouldn't let up. And the dude told him several times to back away, and then the guy shot him. I mean, obviously, that type of violence is excessive,
Yeah,
but self-defense is self-defense, right? And moving back to artificial intelligence artwork and things like that. I mean, if you're doing these things and you're taking these things and you don't care about the consequences and all you care about is the generated publicity, be it more negative than positive, it's not good because you're going to get blacklisted. You're going to get ridiculed. You're going to get shunned. You're going to get shamed, and then where are you? Yeah, you got your 15 minutes, but that's all it was 15 minutes, and it
yeah.
wasn't very good.
I was just gonna say, yeah, and it's not a very good 15
Yeah,
minutes. Yeah, so
exactly.
yeah. And even too, I mean, I understand like there's a lot of things every now and then it's okay. Like more like if you just use it for fun or like, hey, look what I
Mhm.
did with this. Hey Tim, look what I made with this or something like that.
Yeah.
But when people really like sit there trying to make, look at what I did, look at my work of art. You typed in some words and the
Yeah,
AI
but when
took
I
care of it.
when
Yeah,
when I can look at that and be like, "That's, Boland artwork, that's McFarlane
yeah,
artwork, that's Larson artwork, that's this, that's that, that's whoever, that's obviously Adam West right there." I mean, come on.
yeah. Like let's say our very own Dan Kelly. Dan draws his own things. Those are his drawings.
Yeah,
So
he puts a lot of work into those.
yeah, I'd rather take something like that where someone puts their hard work into it as opposed
Mhm.
to typing it out. This person doing this, boom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Do not support AI generated art, ladies and gentlemen. It is not worth your time.
Yeah, and trust me, if you support, like I say, AI comics like this, you're gonna get a. You think people think they're mad at comic books now? You're gonna be very mad years from
Yeah,
now when you get like, wait a minute, didn't they use this story? You know, 20 years ago.
exactly.
We've gotten the same story, 10 times this year alone.
Yeah, yeah, by 15 different AI generated artworks.
Because
Yeah.
that's what it is. It just takes what's been
Yep.
done before.
Mhm. Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
yeah. I mean, I've tested things like it's like I said, for fun for myself, and I notice every time like I hit put like superhero, it's either Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman. The same time every time. It's always you could tell I'm like, okay, that's clearly supposed to be them,
Because
or
AI doesn't
yeah,
know what, Green Lantern looks like, so.
yeah. So yeah, see that's one thing. Yeah, they can't get anybody else. So yeah, we have Batman fighting Batman with
Yeah.
his buddy Superman and his wife Wonder Woman and her butler also Wonder Woman and
Oh my god.
yeah, so there you go. There you go.
Wow.
That's the future of comics if everyone goes forward with AI.
Help fight dysentery, ladies and gentlemen. Don't support AI generated artwork.
Yeah, like I said, unless you want comics where the only characters are a bunch of Supermans, Batmans, and
Exactly.
Wonder Womans
Yeah,
playing every role.
yeah, exactly, and a bunch of different variations. Superman's
Yeah,
pal, Superman.
no kidding. Yeah, man. You know who's hot? Superman's hot wife, Superman.
That's amazing. God, I wish I had that comic book.
And his parents, Superman and Superman, and his dog, Batman.
Oh my god.
Batman on all fours being
Oh
walked
my
by two
god.
Supermans. There you have it.
Moving on. Oh my
But yeah,
lord.
moving on to some good news is that for all you comic lovers, a lot of comic books are going on sale coming up.
Mhm.
Amazon's having some big sales, and I was like, you know what? Let me share with everybody some of these sales that are going on in case you want to buy some comics for a lot less money. I saw a lot of Legend of the Zelda comics are going on sale. What was it? Yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man was going from 125 down to
Mhm.
$67. The Best of Marvel Stories Omnibus, Wakanda, World of Wakanda Omnibus, Black Panther Omnibus. Oh, one that got my attention is the Avengers vs. X-Men Omnibus is going from
Ooh.
150 to $57.
Wow, that's a
Yeah.
big cut.
Captain Marvel Omnibus, She-Hulk Omnibus, The Amazing Spider-Man. It says Penguins Classics, Black
Mhm.
Panther Penguins Classics, Captain America Penguins Classics, and quite a few Batman stories. Batman 89,
Nice.
The Killing Joke Deluxe Edition, Year One Deluxe, The Death in the Family. Yeah, the
Wow.
Small, The Long Halloween. That's a good story. Yeah. Also, even let's see, there's a Moon Knight in there. There's the Watchmen Deluxe Edition. Where's that story that you gave me? Right there.
Yeah, that you
Yeah.
got that for Christmas,
Yep.
I do
Yeah.
believe.
That one is a classic. Yeah, so there's a lot of stories going on sale. Yeah, Sandman found one. Yeah, so there you go. A lot of stuff. Marvel Encyclopedia down from 40 to 15. But yeah, just to like share some stuff that is going on sale. No,
Yeah,
it should start October 10th, but I guess it's a few days, so they're thinking October 11th, maybe the day with more comic books. But
right.
yeah, so
Yeah,
if
go
you look
check
into any
it out,
comics, I'd
guys.
say to wait like a week on there.
Go check it out. Absolutely. It's on Amazon, Sunny. We'll provide the link in the description below for the video. Your money is precious, right? And especially in the economy right now, with interest rates up and costs of things going up, especially comic book prices. It's good to see deals from time to time, especially
Yes,
good deals like this. I mean, they're cutting like what, 75, 80%
I know.
off a
Yeah, that's yeah.
list price. That's amazing. If you don't find what you like on Amazon, by all means, hit up your local comic shops too,
Yes.
because they are always having sales and deals. And most places will have discounted back issue bins. and trade bins too. So yeah.
Yeah, I should definitely check those out. And then Tim, and maybe I should have asked you off here, but you know quite a few comic stores, and do a lot
Mhm.
of them do kind of deals like where if you trade in some, you get some money back, or have
So
you used
it
some
it
to do that?
really depends upon whoever's running the store, right? Like when I do it with the shop that I work at, and I'm gonna hear a lot of people gasp. I will give you a pretty decent amount when you come in and want to trade books. If you're doing trade credit, I will straight up give you 50% of fair market value for trade credit because you're going to spend it all in the store anyways. With cash, obviously, that's a little less, but I don't want to give you a number that's going to be insulting to you or insulting to me either, right? I want to make sure that you walk out the door happy or at least satisfied in the fact that you got a fair amount for the books that you're trying to sell.
$1 for Miles Morales' first appearance.
Negative
Store
50
credit.
cents. 50 cents.
50 cents
Yeah,
towards the store.
out the door. Now, one thing I do like when, and I learned this from Garen, one of the owners of My Guys. When people come in with these boxes, and I will always ask them, "What are you looking for? How much do you think you want to get out of all this?" When they say, "I don't know," I have a good counter offer for that. If it's a short box, okay, you don't know, sight unseen, I will take everything in that short box right now for $50. And if it's a long box, sight unseen, I will take everything right now for 75 cash out the door. A lot of times people are like, oh, no, 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 no. I know there's worth more than that in there. Okay, so what are you looking for? How much do you want? And then we go from
Nice.
there. Yeah.
Nice.
But
Let
if
me
you
know.
don't know, sight unseen, let me know. $50 in your hand right now.
Yeah, so you got, yes, anybody looking to make some quick money.
Yeah.
If you're in the Tennessee area, you know.
Well, yeah, I'm not looking in the box. You know what's in the box. I have no clue. It could be a whole bunch of X Force number ones, right? All unbagged and water damaged. I have no idea. I'm not even going to look in the box. $50 right now. See ya.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
definitely getting a deal for them.
Yeah, exactly. So know what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, when you go into a comic book store. Have a rough estimate of what you're looking for. Be reasonable, be fair, and you have the absolute right to say no. Right? If somebody on the other end of the counter offers you a very unrealistic amount for your books and it is an insulting number or it's a number you are not satisfied with, don't stand there and say, well, I have to. You don't. You don't have to. Be patient. You shop around, go to other places and see who will give you the best deal. You have the right to say no, utilize it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That brings you to a quick story. Don't mean to go too off, but
That's
when it comes
okay.
to that stuff selling, when it comes to old GameSpot, my buddy Keith was sometimes selling all his old Xbox games, and I was like, I might want that Godfather game. And he said, "Oh, I'll call the store." So he asked them, "How much would you buy it?" And they said $7 store credit. And then I'm like, say that you messed up, and you mean to say how much are they selling it? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I messed up. I meant how much are you selling it so I could buy it?" And like, "Oh well, actually, we're selling it for 25."
That's what I thought.
and then and then I gave him $5 for the game, so he gave me the game for $5. And then when we
So,
went to there, we saw they were selling the game for actually $35.
yeah, so what that seems like is they give you a low percentage for trade and even lower percentage for cash, and then they mark it up three-quarters of fair
Yeah,
market value or what they got it from you for to sell it for. And it's business. I mean,
yeah,
I'm learning a lot since I'm behind the counter. Can't tell you all the secrets, but I can tell you that product needs to move. But if you price things too high, they're just gonna sit there.
yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like, so you got to make a
Yeah.
profit. You're
Hmm.
trying to run a
Yeah.
business, but when you get too overboard, it's like, okay, now it's just gonna, like you said,
Exactly.
it's
I mean,
just gonna
you
sit.
everybody's heard it before. Got to keep the lights on. Well, yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Well, so do we. We got to keep our lights
Yeah,
on as well,
exactly.
and that's why we get to work. So that brings us to our works,
Hmm.
and I want to tell everybody that there's another interview online about me, and that is
Oh
on,
yeah,
yeah, it's for the Shout Out LA magazine.
I
There's an
read
interview.
that by the way.
Thank you. Yep. So it's the interview on this guy right here, and I'm working on another one. I said now it's time to do an interview. I'm looking to get it solely focusing on my stuff as a podcast host about the Codex Station. So,
Nice.
in a little bit, in about a month or something, I will have an update on that.
Okay.
And I am now writing a series about a series, season two. So,
Finally.
so it's technically book two. So I've been editing the third episode, but yeah, so writing is my thing. I love my writing, so it feels really good to be writing the next story. Yeah, and I'm really excited about that. But you know what else got me really excited? It was we mentioned it last week, but it was how the Codex Station reached 1,000 subscribers, and now everybody, it's time, for a contest that is still going
Yeah.
on until October 15th.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim, you have the details to let
Yeah.
everybody know what they can do to win quite a lot of comic books and quite a lot of goodies.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as Sonny just stated, we hit 1,000 subscribers. And the best way we know how, let me get that hair out of the way. Best way we know how to say thank you is by giving you stuff. We want to give you a lot of it, as a matter of fact. Slabs, a trade or two, some comic book mystery grab bag, original artwork from Dan Kelly, and the chance to be on any show of your choosing right here on the Codex Station. It's real simple to enter. All you got to do is be subscribed to YouTube, our channel, the Codex Station. Let me put that up here for you so that way you know what to look for. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platform where we live stream on YouTube. Be subscribed. Take a screenshot of you when you type in the words "I'm in." Take a screenshot of that, post it to your favorite social media platform, the platform formerly known as Twitter, which is now X, Instagram, Facebook, etc., etc. As long as the screenshot's there, so that way we know and we can get you entered into the contest. Once again, subscribe to YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed there. On any of the videos that we have that you're watching, type in the words "I'm in." Take a screenshot of it and post it to your favorite social media platform. Make sure to tag us so we know. And then you are entered into the contest. The contest ends on October 15th. As of this video, it is the 4th right now. So you have 11 days, about a week and a half left to enter that contest. And boy, oh boy, do you need to, because we want to give this stuff to you. We want you to come and sit down with us and hang out with us for an hour or two and talk nothing but comic books. So once again, at the Codex Station, your favorite social media platform where we live stream right now, make sure excuse me, make sure you're subscribed, take that screenshot, "I'm in," post it on your favorite social media platform.
Yes, and good luck to all of you.
Mhm.
Yes, it'll be and like Tim said, it could be any show. It could be this show, it could be any other show. Yeah.
The podcast, comics of the week, breaking the code, comic character of the week, so on and so forth. Even the Slab Show, if you want to come on there with us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, good luck. And I'm interested to see who wins and which show they choose. Yeah,
Yeah,
and what
me
they
too.
get. Yeah. So like I said,
We've
good
got
luck
quite
to
a few
everybody.
entrants already. You can only enter
Yeah.
once, though. So,
Yeah, but we have seen. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised to see how many people are
yeah,
in. So good job and
quite
good
a
luck. And
few.
so yeah,
Quite a few.
it will be very interesting.
Yeah.
And that takes care of our works for the week.
Mhm.
And now some more things that have been coming out. One of our newest segments of the show is previews. So, Tim, I know there's been some comic books coming out lately. And
Yeah.
earlier on the pre-show, you mentioned how I know you mentioned it last week, but you did say that Transformers One came out, and you said it sold out
Yes.
at your store, right?
Yeah, so Transformers #1 hit store shelves today. If you were one of the lucky ones to get a copy, good for you. The A cover is amazing. The B and C cover, Autobots, Decepticons, good and awesome too. The D cover looked really great, and even the ratio variants. The 1 in 10 looked awesome. That's only $10. The 1 in 25 looked really cool, and the 1 in 50 looked amazing too. Yeah, Transformers is a phenomenon right now. That book is hotter than the sun, and we sold out at our store. We had to order more.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen something else coming out. Well, I think it's next week. Is that Spider-Man 35? Did you see how many Amazing Spider-Man 35. How many
Mhm.
variants there are? It's pretty cool.
No,
To see
because I'm
there's
not reading Amazing Spider-Man.
yeah, well, it's it's out, and they, you know, with your favorite writer Zeb Wells, they have
Ugh,
multiple covers. There's even a Mickey Mouse one.
Zeb smells.
So
No, sir. No, thank you.
yeah. What about that Avengers number 6? Are you on? Are you with Avengers? Are you reading that?
Yeah, so Avengers, I think Avengers with McKay writing that, right? McKay's writing Moon Knight right now, which is phenomenal. They are in the middle of the Death of Moon Knight storyline, or they're getting ready to start it. I'm excited about that. I mean, it seems pretty cool. I think McKay's going to do something very unique with Moon Knight's death, whatever it may be. And this one, I'm not going to throw a fit over like Ms. Marvel, ladies and gentlemen. Um, but Avengers is holding fast. It's a strong book with a very unique team: Captain Marvel, Thor, Iron Man, Black Panther, Sam Wilson, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and more. I mean, it's an amazing book. It's really good, and I think it's the best one of the best Marvel has out right now.
And so it is the Sam Wilson Captain America, not drawn by Rob Liefeld, though, right?
Negative, yeah,
Okay, so he should
definitely
have a
not.
regular. So he'll have a regular sized chest.
I hope so.
So he won't need a bra then. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
won't need
Another one
support.
that another one that I saw, since it is October, and like I said, I think last week I mentioned the Alice Cooper comic, and now I see there's also one coming out is Army of Darkness Forever. So for
Mhm.
all of you Ash and Army of Darkness fans, yeah,
Alice Cooper hit store shelves today too.
today was the Alice Cooper one,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
that's
Seen it.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 of 5. Yeah.
Yeah, the cover looks cool. I'm still sitting on the fence about it. I don't know if I'll pick it up or not, but it looks cool. Looks interesting.
Well, if you do, let me know. And if I
I
do
will.
check it out, I'll let you know.
Yeah, one of the big ones that I'm excited about, God's number one came out today. That actually did surprisingly well too. I did not expect that to sell as fast as it did. We didn't sell out of it, but we got pretty close. And I was surprised by that. The price point is a little hefty at $9.99, but it's a big book. I don't know much about the story, and I'm not too invested in it, so I might pass on that. Pretty confident I will. But the one that I'm really excited about, and I think it comes out next week or the week after, is JLA versus King Kong versus Godzilla. That's the one I keep talking about. I cannot wait to read that. I know it's going to be ridiculous fun, and
It's
that is
fun,
what
yeah.
I'm hoping for. Yeah, it is just going to be the JLA getting the snot kicked out of them by Godzilla and King Kong. I can't wait.
Are you gonna get the cover that Jamie was telling us about last week? The
The
one, what
the
was his
one that
name?
talks.
Yeah, the talking one. Yeah.
Probably not, but I want to see it. I want to hear it roar at me, and that's about it.
Yeah, I gotta at least hear it. I don't
Yeah.
know if I'll buy it. Maybe, when sometimes when you're there and like you're holding a comic, it's kind of like
Well, Jamie
I
said the
didn't even
price.
expect to get it. Yeah,
Yeah, Jamie said the price point for that was $5.99. So
yeah.
that is enticing. It's a gimmick cover. I get that. But I don't know if I'm gonna get it because I don't want it to randomly explode one day. So
Oh, okay. See, now you got me nervous.
thinking ahead.
Now you got me nervous. I was about to get it, and then you've convinced me that maybe it's
No,
not the
Sonny,
best
you
idea.
go ahead, buddy. You get 2 copies if you want to.
Put it far away from everything else.
Right next to your computer.
No, maybe.
Oh my god.
Like a big something contaminate. Put it
Yeah.
where you can store dangerous things. Like, okay, could nuclear stuff go in here? Okay, that's why I want that
Yes.
comic.
That's where this comic book can go, definitely.
Yeah, be very careful when you touch it. Put on the hazmat suit and everything.
Oh my god. Yeah,
So
no, I
if you see me doing an episode in a hazmat suit, then you can tell I got
I
the
would love to. I
you can
think
tell
it's
I got the
amazing.
comic.
No, Gotham War is going real strong right now. It's kind
Yeah.
of mixed feelings from like what I've seen online. Some of you guys complain too much about too little, and you turn a mountain into a molehill into a mountain or whatever it is, right? And you guys nitpick the crap out of some of this stuff that is completely unnecessary. Like the Flash number one came out last week. that is split down the middle as far as what I've seen about you either love it or you hate it. Wonder Woman #1, that is split down the middle. You either love it or you hate it. Guys, relax. I mean, if you don't like it, don't be like, this is trash. This is terrible. This is the worst thing I've ever read. Is it, George? Is it the worst thing you've ever read?
Yeah,
Yeah,
George.
I don't think so. I think you're just unhappy that you paid $7 for a comic book and you don't like it. So just say that.
Yeah, George.
George,
Yeah, we're
brat.
about to kick George off the show,
Right on. You're out of here, buddy.
but not you. You cool George. Stick with the show. That we're talking about, that other George.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
you know who you are,
Yeah,
George.
keyboard warriors love to hide behind a screen, and they love to say all kinds of negative and very hateful things sometimes, and with no repercussions. But yeah,
Yeah, like George.
like George.
Spit on him.
Should I do our one expletive? No.
I
I'll save it. I'll
We'll
save it.
save it. Well,
We'll see what happens.
well, we may need some saving from this next person who will join the F
Ugh.
list.
Oh,
Check this out, everybody.
yeah.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, after that very nice intro that our very own Tim Morse made, we have Snowflame joining the F list. There we go. There he is. I'll quickly read his part. As you can see, people, I never patrol these jungles alone. Your visit to Nueva Granada has just been terminated. Open fire.
Oh my God.
And there we go. Let's get some more pictures.
Yeah, let me bring those up for you.
There is modern day Snowflame where, as you can see, he's looks to me like somebody was copying a bit of Miami Vice.
I love his high tops.
Yeah. Yeah, completely don't go with it. There he is, Snowflame. You're about to feel the heat of Snowflame.
Wow, that's an oxymoron.
Yeah, exactly. And there he is. That looks more like a Harley Quinn or something like that.
That's animated, right?
Some kind of animated, yeah.
Okay.
And
And
then
then there's this one.
there he is, punching. Challenge accepted. Boom. And as you could see, he says, I am Snowflame. Every cell of my
I
being
was right.
burns with white hot ecstasy. And then he goes on to say that cocaine is his god. Tim, yes, this is that guy.
I was right.
Would you like to give a backstory
Yes.
to Snowflame?
So George Willington III, otherwise known as J Dubs, not who we know, G Dubs, not who we know, because he carries around rolled $1 bills, right, in his finger. He was a lowly crosswalk guard, and would fall asleep at his job. And then one day, a magical nose candy fairy showed up and offered him a small taste of what would eventually consume his life, hence the cocaine. Using the rolled up dollar bill that he just carried around with him, he partook in the events of using said substance, and became instantly hooked, as one does, and became a supervillain. Started stealing from everybody, small children, an old lady specifically. At first, it was candy and milk jugs, and then it eventually led into grand larceny, fraud, and higher crimes. And then one cold summer day, it snowed in the middle of Central Park for all of 2 seconds, but it wasn't snow. It was the nose candy, the booger sugar, ladies and gentlemen. And he called himself Snowflame, and the name stuck, and he became a lowly supervillain after
All right, Tim. Well,
that.
let me give you a little
I am
bit of
way
history
off.
on Snowflame. Yeah, Snowflame, this white-haired guy with what it looks like looks like almost his eyeshadow. Yeah, there he is, white hair and his red sleeveless shirt. Okay, so Snowflame doesn't his real name is unknown. All right, We know he goes by the name of Snowflame. He bases out of Colombia.
Ah,
He
okay. I was
su-
way off.
surprise, surprise, he is a drug dealer. And remember, everybody, all jokes aside, drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. Don't end up
Ruin
like
your nose.
don't end up like this guy, who is a loser.
Yeah.
He Now this is the version of New Earth, and Snowflame was created by Steve Englehart, Carrie Bates, and Joe Stanton. His first appearance was 35 years ago in New Guardians #2, October 1988,
Hmm.
and his death was in New Guardians #2, October 1988.
Wow, he didn't last very long.
It's not last very long. And yes, this man, he is a drug. Yes, he is a drug-fueled supervillain who has fought the New Guardians, and eventually, like most comic books, he starts off beating them, but then they come back and defeat him, and eventually they threw him into a chemical synthesizing shed, which exploded, seemingly killing him
God.
and quite a few of his cartel members. And in the next issue of New Guardians, some of his cartel members did try to avenge his death, but well,
Wow.
they failed.
Yeah.
Let's look at those powers. I'm looking right now at DC.fandom, and his powers: unique sociology, gains superpowers upon snorting cocaine, superhuman strength, superhuman speed, immunity to pain, pyrokinesis, and uh, let's see if you show me one of those other old ones.
Which one? This one here?
Let's go on one of the older ones.
This one?
And I'm gonna be difficult and say the last one. There we go.
That one.
And
Okay.
also has the cocaine touch. Touching Snowflame was significant to give the Floronic Man a contact high.
Wow.
Things to know about this character: surprise, surprise, drug addiction, cocaine, equipment, cocaine, and now I'm a man of faith and I love God, and I believe in accepting others for their beliefs too, whether it be different from mine or similar to mine or anything. I don't like to put down any others for their faith, but I will make fun of Snowflame's faith. Snowflame's religion, Snowflame's religion is cocaine worship.
Wow.
But Tim, you think that's all there is about Snowflame,
I
but
was hoping.
there's more.
Wow.
And there comes the other one, the more newer Snowflame.
This one here?
There we go. There's that other one where he is from. Where is that one? And now, of course, the internet will start messing up right as I'm about to tell you a bit about him. But that one is the new one, and he is from Catwoman, and he was. Yeah, so he came and he was brought back,
Interesting.
and yeah, guess what? He still stinks. He still uses
Wow.
drugs, and obviously there's that other picture where he's more like the Miami Vice kind.
Oh yeah, this one here. Yep.
Yeah, so I said he's been brought back multiple times, but again, his character never really stays. Now he's also most recently he's being a villain to Peacemaker,
Wow.
and yeah, I'm okay. That one I can kind of see the perfect.
Yeah.
If he's got to fight somebody, it's got to be Peacemaker.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, oh yeah, but the newest one, that other one, if you show that, not the
This one
latest
here?
picture, that one, yep, that one is the Prime Earth. There's the New Earth one, and that one actually does have a name, and it is Stefan, but he doesn't
Mm,
have a last name though. Yeah, still, no
of
one still
course.
decided to put that much thought into this very bad character. So whether it's the Snowflame that doesn't have a name, or the Snowflame that is just Stefan, or the Miami Vice type one that's trying to seduce Catwoman, or it's the Snowflame who appeared in like one issue of the new um, Peacemaker series, and that one died overdosing. Yeah. And then Peacemaker was somebody, I forgot who it was, who asked Peacemaker, wait, did you put the frog in there or something with the frog? And Peacemaker's like, oh no, the frog. And then he's like, oh no, the frog's okay. And Peacemaker and Snowflame is dead. So
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Snowflame, I think one of the worst ideas in
Oh my
DC. I know he's a
god.
villain, but still I don't think it was a good idea to make any character get any kind of powers off of drugs. But it's good to know that this character, although he's been brought back multiple times, he does not ever last long, people, and he gets killed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Where do you see Snowflame? Do you think he gets out of the F list,
No,
stays?
in no way, shape, or form does he ever.
No. I can almost even see him in another season of Peacemaker because it's a Peacemaker. The show is a bit more adult.
I could see that. I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But they'd have to do like some kind of, but still, in my opinion, he will always be an F lister, even if he becomes super famous.
Yeah,
Snowflame and his drugs remain in the F list.
that is right.
And now, like Snowflame dies constantly, this we send him off and this segment off, and we will return with more of the F list with new members of the F list next week.
Mhm.
And now, Tim, we move on to our main event of the evening, and that is
Yes.
our review. So, ladies and gentlemen, us from the Codex Station are about to review Kingdom Come. And as usual, Tim will start us off with the credits.
All right. So, Kingdom Come, ladies and gentlemen, was written by Mark Wade with artwork by Alex Ross. Letters go to Todd Klein, and colors and inks also go to Alex Ross himself, too.
Okay, everybody, I will give you a little run through of the story. I won't go through the whole thing. It's a bit of a long one, even though it's in 4 books. Each book is about 40 pages long.
Mhm.
So we start off, we meet the minister, Norman McKay, and he's the main character slash the narrator of this story. He pretty much talks us through it. And Norman is visiting Wesley Dodds, the Sandman, who is he's very old now and he's about to pass. And the Sandman tells of these prophecies he's seen in his head about the Judgment Day, about Armageddon, and eventually Wesley Dodds passes away. And Norman tells that he was there. His wife said that not many people were at the Sandman's service. And eventually he's speaking in church and he is visited by the specter. And the specter warns him that the day of judgment that is upon. And he said, well, now that Wesley Dodds has passed, now he will go to Norman McKay as the one who will guide him and pretty much show him around and will help him make his decision if if there shall be Armageddon on Earth. One thing I should mention: this is an Elseworld story,
Mhm.
in case you didn't know. And yeah, this is like I said in the future. So now we see the superheroes are a lot older. Obviously, superheroes like Bruce Wayne have aged a lot more, but we still see that Superman has aged and Wonder Woman she hasn't really aged much. But Superman you can tell he's older. Like I said, Batman a lot. And like I said it's a different world. And we have Wonder Woman goes and she sees Superman. Superman is living alone in Kansas and Smallville, and he wants to be pretty much away from everyone. She's trying to tell him about, you got to see what's going on the news. And he looks back and he looks and he sees that, there's the new superhero, Magog, who Superman is very familiar with. And Magog's style is different. It's not the ways of Superman, who would, stop a villain and he wouldn't kill them.
Truth, justice, and the American way.
That's right, truth,
Yeah.
justice, and the American way. But Magog is more of an in your face. You're a villain. I'll kill you if I have to. You know what? Basically, you've got enough chances. It's time to kill you. So Magog and his team are going off to go against Parasite, and Parasite was pretty much freaking out, and they were just going really crazy at him. And then Parasite killed Captain Adam, but ripped him open, and due to that, millions of people died. So that's what had happened. I shouldn't say maybe I was wording it wrong. It wasn't like it was
Yeah.
on the news recently, but that's what happened, and that's what was the issue going on at this time. And then we have later on in the story, we do have some supervillains attacking, and they're not really too known of names, but Wonder Woman was trying to say, Superman, you need to get back out there. You've left. You left
Well, I
everybody.
mean, you had Lex Luthor, you had Cheetah, you had Bizarro. Um, the Joker makes his way in eventually. Basically, the whole League of Supervillains, the
Oh
Injustice League.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
but I was about to get onto the Joker in a little
Okay.
bit,
Yeah.
but yeah, but yeah. So what's going on? Superman does eventually return. He does save the day, and that brings us to our next issue. And then there is Amira Commando, and he is one of like the newer style, and he's trying to
Mhm.
he's pretty much lost his mind. He's thinking this is my country, and anybody who's not around here, who's going at them, shooting at them. So Superman and other superheroes do come back to stop him, and other villains like him. And Superman does see Batman, and Batman has, even though he's obviously older, Batman with all his technology, he's pretty much keeping an eye on the streets of Gotham. He's got his what do you say, cyborgs or robots, pretty much patrolling.
His version of Sentinels, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
good way to put it. Yeah, basically Batman's Sentinels keeping an eye on Gotham, which actually, I mean, in a way, it almost makes people feel like prisoners, but it is pretty much keeping them safe.
Mhm.
And Superman and Batman are speaking, and Superman is saying, it's time for a change. We need to get some superheroes again the old way, So he goes to this, looks maybe like a club, but it's all these newer characters. And Superman says, "Party's over." He destroys all the alcohol, and he's trying to convince them that, I can teach you guys. There's a new way to do things. The old way is a good way to do things. You don't need to be so in their face. You don't need to kill somebody because they're bad. Like you said, truth and justice in the
Mhm.
American way.
Yep.
So that's what he wants to teach them. And many, they think about it, and many agree to do it. And then Superman is confronted. He meets Magog. And so now we go back to what happened between Superman and Magog, and why Superman left. And what it was that the Joker had killed many at the Daily Planet, include many, over 90 men and one woman, and that one woman was Lois Lane.
Mhm.
And when the Joker was eventually caught, Magog killed him. And what got people mad, including Magog, was that Superman brought Magog in to be arrested and testified against him, and that turned a lot of people against Superman. They said his ways were old. It's time for the new. And he got off with the murder of the Joker, and Superman said his time was done. And we think, okay, here's going to be this big fight now between Superman and Magog. Keep in mind, this whole time, the Spectre and Norman McKay are around. They're watching. They're speaking
Mhm.
with each other about things, a lot about philosophy and life, and what is good and what is right, what is wrong, about the judgment. But yeah, so Superman and Magog, we see, okay, you're thinking this is going to be a big fight. And then suddenly Magog says, he puts his head down. If he gives Superman one hit, he says, like, you left and it was all on me. And yeah, basically it was too much on Magog. It was so much. And now things are so messed up. So Magog does not engage in a big old fight with Superman. And then we go to Bruce Wayne, who now joins Lex Luthor to
Mhm.
change things up. And you think, oh my gosh, they're joining, they've joined forces. But I will tell you that but Batman has something up his sleeve. He's not just going to join hand in hand with Lex Luthor. And then as the other superheroes, the new ones are trying to learn to change their ways, they eventually get fed up and they see Superman is treating them, like they're prisoners, like they're the villains, and all hell breaks loose with them. And like I said, how Batman chooses not to be with Lex Luthor. Like I knew you were up to something this whole time, but but nobody was expecting how Lex Luthor for years had been ready with his secret weapon, and that was
Mhm.
Billy Batson, Captain Marvel slash Shazam, and now he has Shazam, who has been trained to go against Superman. And that is where I will stop this review
Yeah.
for right now. Anybody else, feel free to go check out Kingdom Come. It is a classic. For me, this story was one years ago. I read it. I was like, I wasn't familiar. This was my introduction to Alex Ross, and I was like, man, it's such different artwork, and to just a story to see, Superman older and Batman older. It's, I mean, now we're starting to see a couple more of the superheroes get a bit older, but at the time, this was like, whoa, and yeah, I think it's so original, and like I said, the artwork is perfect for it. I believe it
Mhm.
is. My one little takeaway was I think sometimes the dialogue got a bit long. I thought that sometimes it took a little while to get through, like, okay. But that was my only little critique. Otherwise, this is a classic story. You get your favorite superheroes in it, but obviously they're a little bit older. It's one of the best Elseworld story. This is a classic, and I definitely recommend it For me, Kingdom Come is an almost perfect comic book, and I, Sonny Kruger, give Kingdom Come a 9.6 out of 10.
Ooh, 9.6. So was it just the dialogue that kept that point 4 away from it being a perfect 10?
Yes, for me, that was it. For
Okay.
me, I would say it was a little bit like sometimes like to go back to it sometimes takes a little bit longer to get through. Like, okay, sometimes
Mhm.
yeah, like felt some of the dialogue was a little bit longer, but overall, like I said, amazing story, amazing artwork. The characters I felt, felt true, even though it's an Elseworld story. I felt they were true to the characters of how
Okay.
Superman was, Wonder Woman, Batman. Yeah, so for me, like I say, I think it is a classic. I think it is worth the hype.
So for me, this book is a comic book masterpiece. This should be on everybody's short list of to reads, and it should be in everybody's top 10 of greatest comics ever written. This is wonderful. This story, along with what Alex Ross and Kurt Busiek did with Marvels, is what put Alex Ross on the map. Let's go with the writing first. Mark Waid. Who better to write a Elseworlds DC story than Mark Waid? I mean, he has had his fingers in every part of DC. He knows the characters through and through. And though I think I agree with you, Sonny, it does get a little long-winded at times. I think that long-windedness is necessary to really build the scope of things that have taken place since in the 90s, at that point where we were familiar with these characters, up to the point where we see them during the events of Kingdom Come. Some of the past is filled in, not all of it, but some of it, and others are left to your own imagination. Now, if you watch the comic character of the week episode with that we did for the Spectre, the badass moment for the Spectre, this was mine right here. His whole presence in this event, he was this omnipotent being, right? He could have, with the snap of a finger, changed the course of history. He could have changed things, but he didn't. He talked to Norman, and he was like, "This is why all these heroes are going to die. This is why Armageddon is coming, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is unchangeable." Right? And that builds the tension between the two. So while you've got this main story going on with the superheroes, with Superman and Magog, and the newer heroes and the older heroes, right? You've got Spectre and Norman kind of coming at odds with each other. And
Yeah,
Norman's our eyes for what's going on, and the Spectre is our guide, right? And he is, even though he doesn't really do anything in the book, he does a whole lot. And
yeah, I
he's
really
one.
like the presence of both of them there throughout the story.
Yeah, exactly. And he is one of my favorite parts of the entire story, because he just comes in, he's like the ghost of Christmas future, and he's like, "Look, come and see. Look at this. This is what will happen. How can you, a man, change the course of history? How can you change these events?" The That's Mark Wade's master craftsmanship with words. Alex Ross, I think there's not much that can be said that hasn't already been said before. His artwork is phenomenal, and this photorealistic painting that he does is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's awe-inspiring, and it fits perfectly with the story. In the final confrontation between Superman and Shazam, that whole event is wonderful. Just the different looks, like anger, sadness, worry, like confusion and things like that from both characters is,
Definitely a classic fight. Yeah, it was really
yeah,
good.
it's incredibly well done. And things in this book have been used in live action. The Crisis on Infinite Earths multi-episode crossover for the CW verse, the Arrowverse, right? The Kingdom Come Superman and the Kingdom Come Batman were both in there. The Kingdom Come Batman was played by, who does the voice of
Kevin Conroy.
there you go. That's right. He was in in the whole bodysuit and the stilts and everything. I can't say enough about this. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't read this, please go find it, get it, find the single issues. There's 4, or find the trade. Read it in the trade. You will not be disappointed. I am incredibly close to Sonny on his rating. I give it a 10 out of 10. This is a masterpiece. This is what makes comic books worth reading, and this is one of the first things that I would recommend to somebody with even rudimentary knowledge of who the characters in the book are.
So there you go. We agree that Kingdom Come is a true classic, and everybody should check it out,
Yeah.
or even check it out again.
Oh
We say
yeah.
checking it out again is always fun too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Read it again. Read it 5 times. You'll love it.
Yeah, amazing every time you come back to Kingdom
Mhm.
Come. So that wraps up our review for Kingdom Come, and now it is time for me to pick the next story arc we will review.
What do you got
But
there,
I will
son?
say first of all, earlier before me and Tim were talking, and we did agree that next week the one shot we will be reviewing is The Dark Design, and that is
Oh
the
yeah.
sequel to Hearts of Darkness. Yeah, last year me and Tim reviewed Hearts of Darkness, so now we come back to the sequel, The Dark Design. That is again the sequel, the team up of the Punisher, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
But now for me, for my next story arc I pick for us to review, I'm going to keep us in DC, and I'm going to keep us in an Elseworld story. And for me, my review, what that I'm picking for us to review is Justice League of America: The Nail.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it is by Alan Davis and Mark Farmer.
Wasn't Dan or somebody else talking about this?
I do not remember.
I,
Maybe
I
someone.
maybe it might have been in the group chat. I think Dan might have mentioned that the nail was worth reading. I'm glad you picked it because
There you go.
it's
Yeah.
something I've never read before, so I'm very excited.
So there you go. Yeah. All right. So we will be reviewing, like I said. So next week, The Dark Design.
Hmm.
It should be the week after that. We will be reviewing the Justice League of America: The Nail.
Fantastic.
And now we could say goodbye. We could wrap this up. We'll definitely make sure before we say goodbye and send everybody to bed, we can mention the sponsors and everything like that. Sorry, Tim, that I leave
No,
that to
that's
you.
okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to find us on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station. That is where we will be. Your favorite social media platforms are where we live stream right now. Don't forget, we hit 1,000 subscribers and we want to give you a bunch of stuff. All you got to do is type in I'm in on any video here on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Take a screenshot of that and post it on your favorite social media platform. Tag us in it so we can get you entered into the contest. We would love to give a bunch of stuff away to you that includes slabs, comic books, and even a spot on one of the shows, and a lot more stuff too. Once again, at the Codex Station, ladies and gentlemen. Also, head over to our website, thecodexstation.com, for all your Codex needs. Get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, thecodexstation.com. Now, getting into some of that sponsorship that Sonny was talking about, let's go ahead and talk about our favorite energy drink right here at the
W.GG.
Codex Station. That's right, Sonny. What is that website again?
W.GG.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a keyword you can use. That is code X. Use that at checkout to save 10% on your order. Once again, the keyword is what, Sonny?
Code X.
There we
Give yourself
go.
10%. And also, that helps us out at the Codex Station.
That is exactly correct. Absolutely. Every time you use that keyword, we get a little bit of that, and it definitely helps us bring more videos to you all the time, every time. All right. I think that is about it there, Sonny. Is there anything else we need to mention before we get on out of here?
Once again, don't be like the F lister we had today. Don't do drugs.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Also, once again, my name is Tim. This beautiful guy over here is Sonny. This is the Codex Podcast. We are the Codex Station, and we will see you next time.